Okay, today we are going to look at angle properties of a circle, and before we go to angle properties of a circle, we want to understand what we call the arc, chord, and the segment. When we talk about the arc is end part of the circumference of a circle. We know that circumference is the distance all around the edge of a circle. That's what we call the circumference. For example, from point A, you go all around this edge, again back to point A. That's what we call the circumference. So when we come to the arc, is end part of the circumference, so long as it is less than the circumference. That's what we call the arc. For example, you can say arc A B is part of the circumference. Arc A B. You can say even arc A B C at this point. For example, again you can say arc P C from P to C. That is part of the circumference. So end part of the circumference is the one that we call the arc. Then we come to the chord. When we talk about chord, it's a straight line that join end two points on the circumference. It can a line which passes through the center is called the diameter, and diameter is the greatest chord in a circle. You can say, for example, chord. There is a chord here which joins. Let's say this is a point. This is a point X, Y. This is a chord. Any straight line that join end two points on the circumference is the one we call the chord. Then we come to what we call a segment. When we talk about segment, is any part of a circle divided by the chord. For example, A, B, it's a diameter which divides a circle into two halves. One half is what we call a segment, and the other half is what we call a segment. For example, I have a circle here. A line runs through the center of the circle, which we call the diameter. So we have segment A and segment B. We have another circle here. There is another arc here. There is another chord here. That's called A, B. It divides this circle into segment, let's say segment X and segment Y. So end part of a circle divided by the chord is what we call the segment. So a segment, for example, you can take this one is a segment. This one is again a segment. So segment, it has an arc and a chord. A segment, it is made up of arc and a chord. That's what we call a segment.